One more tour of our temporary tiny house before we go. Just in case I didn't catch this the other day. We had the small storage loft with custom sconce built by the homeowner. In fact, almost all the lights in here were fabricated by her friends who are set designers. Again, the mini split system. This one's LG. Definitely more than enough to keep this place warm in the coldest temperatures that we'll probably see in this area. I believe it got down to 18 the first night we were here, and actually had to get up in the middle of the night and turn it down. There's a little squirrel friend across the way on top of the storage shed.
You want to get under here?
Okay, so my lovely wife wants us to show off the Lazy Susan in the corner cabinet. We'll probably do something different with the trash can, but nonetheless there it is. And of course, a good way to get a lot of storage into what otherwise would be a dead space in a corner cabinet. We're looking at probably an L-shaped kitchen as well, but we won't have the bump in for the door, so it would go all the way across. Most likely a full-size refrigerator there, as opposed to the dorm size model that we use today. They do have one other cabinet here. Presumably you could put some baking sheets or pots and pans in there if you'd like, but layout's going to be a little bit different. We do have the leaf up on the extended bar / table, which worked nicely for two people to have a meal or some breakfast. Also a little more prep space if you decided to prepare a meal. Actually more than ample countertop. A little 24-inch gas range, we liked that. Definitely looking at gas, electric appliances are a big draw if you're potentially working on a solar system or even RV plugs. So definitely something we'll look at doing. Over here, I guess the living room, so to speak. We would definitely look at a little more comfortable furniture. This was somewhat like an office waiting area, but the space is nice. Little smart TV mounted on the wall. Anymore, you can get pretty much anything you want to watch that way. Kill the DVD collection. So like we mentioned before, a lot of the interior finishing was done by the homeowner. They got a shell from Tumbleweed. This door here they built. It's actually repeated in the front door. This leaded glass with the little tiny house, which is kind of neat. Which we'll look at the bathroom in a second. But also over here is a second sliding door. And of course it houses all the mechanicals, which is nice. You can actually access it from inside the house if you needed to do any work. Here's the water heater. We did discover this morning that while it's a point of use, or that's not the word I'm looking for, instant water heater, was not quite able to generate hot water in the current temperatures that we're experiencing right now. So not really sure what's up with that, but definitely something we're going to want to look at because a lukewarm shower is not the way to go when it's 20 out. So the bathroom, you've got the little bath fan there. About the smallest little vanity I've ever seen. Again, we might go a little bit larger than that. They've opted for a rolling cart. We're thinking we will probably just go with built-in storage. And then nice little shower unit here with the deck light, kind of the nautical style. I thought that was kind of neat. And we got a lot of questions about the toilet. I guess it's always a fascination in tiny houses. This one was not a composting. It is a macerating toilet, and I won't get into the details of that, except to say if you're in a situation where you have to remove waste and you don't have access to gravity-fed lines, this will actually create enough air pressure to go ahead and force all the unmentionables out. Head over here to the loft. Oh, I guess one other system we can show is this homeowner installed a Nest humidity system. So essentially, from what we understand, is it monitors the humidity in the tiny house. Tiny houses tend to be pretty airtight, and as a result, if you live in areas where you might run the air conditioner a lot or there's a fair amount of humidity, that's obviously something you want to avoid. That's potential mold and water damage. So what this thing does is if the humidity gets over a certain amount, it kicks on the automatic exhaust fans, and we'll go ahead and kick the humidity out of the house, and then it'll turn it back off when it's at an acceptable level. So that's kind of neat. The ladder is nice. It matches everything else in the house. Stained and colored. Got the grab rails on either side. For us, if we had to have a loft, we would probably opt for stairs, a bedroom loft that is. However, this definitely gets the job done. I see a lot of different options, ship ladders and little ladders that hang on the wall. And of course, here's the bedroom loft. Probably a little dark. We've got the lights off at the moment, but there are a couple of reading lights above the head of the bed. Behind the pillows there is actually another window. That's another option. We'll probably look at a solid wall there, simply because if you're sitting up in bed, you don't want to be leaning against a window opening or blinds. But on either side, you do have two windows either way, just allowing you access to views on both sides, especially if you're lucky enough to have this out in the country or someplace with a good view. So all in all, found this pretty comfortable place to get some rest. So
Mention the rug.
Yes, so again, help from off camera, but she mentioned what's up with the rug. One of the things we noted both in this home and the homes we toured yesterday is when you're getting into the loft, you're going to be crawling on your knees, and the older those knees are, the more they appreciate a soft surface. So this little rug here definitely help with that. What we would recommend is that you use one of the carpet pads or rug pads that keep things in place. This did slide around as we both got in and out of the loft, which again, as you're getting on and off of a ladder, you don't necessarily want to be slipping around. I don't know if we showed this earlier, but the ladder does slide from side to side, so you can slide it out of the way when not in use, and then of course maximum head height when you're getting into the loft. So let's see, any other features. One thing I would say about this house is it is more intended for short-term stay. It's pretty devoid of storage. Do have a couple hooks there. We were able to hang some clothes, a number of hooks in the bathroom, but outside of that, if you owned anything, you don't really have anywhere to put it. Here again is the front door we mentioned earlier, and that glass that a local artisan built for them, and pretty neat touches. It's one of the things we love about tiny houses is the ability to kind of customize and personalize things. Time and money is more available. So I guess that's the tiny house tour. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we're going to head to day 2 of the tumbleweed workshop. So let's have a good day.